Boom. Welcome to Fightheads MMA. It's me, Miss Nikki. Yes, I know. It is 3:56 a.m. Make sure I got some. All right, let's get it. So, I was going to start off on a different note. Good morning, people. It is today's date, November 28th. Good morning, people. It is November 28th. With that being said, I'm going to start where I think it's the most interesting. JERMALL CHARLO suspended indefinitely by the California State Athletic Commission. Damn, boy. What was you doing, young man? What was you doing? Mm. Like, I don't believe this young man or his brother, either one of them. I know, I think I said the other day that they were being accused of taking performance enhancing drugs or something. I don't remember what I exactly said. But what I do know is that I don't believe that those young men are on anything performance enhancing. I believe they're too vain. I may have even said this before. I believe they're probably too vain and want their records to be clean, and they probably have the attitudes that they do because they're always been accused of that, and that's not a good thing. I really don't think that they would have been given the chances or opportunities that they have, especially right recently with Fox. That's what I can't understand. All of this that's going on. Why now? Why now? Why now? Why now? And then with that, what, you put pressure on your brother. You put pressure on him. Y'all, damn. And one missed one and the other missed another time of getting tested. So they didn't test positive for anything. They just missed a random test call. So with that being said, why now? Why now? Why y'all work so hard to get right here, right now, and do this? I don't know what the reason could be that they would miss a testing that they knew was coming. I don't know. I guess we'll just have to wait and hear from them. That affects everything that's coming up. That really just puts a not so good light on everything that is coming up. At first, I thought it was something that they were doing to just get attention, to put more light on their fight and more talk and more interest. But for JERMALL to being stripped of his belt or even being suspended. I don't know if being suspended means that getting stripped. I don't know. I really don't. This is like mind blowing for me right now. Like this is mind blowing. Like I can't even believe this. We just seen him a couple weeks ago up on the podium with all the other top of the division boxers, and everybody was, having their say about where they stand and what they want their future to be, and who possibly they may want to fight. And both of them were up there, and they both looked like they were completely seriously in the conversation. And I didn't see this coming. I don't know. Maybe it's just me. I'm pretty sure the boxing experts will have plenty to say about this. So I'm sad about it because I was so looking forward to seeing those two young men box on December 22nd. So I guess we just have to wait and see if JERMALL has any repercussions for if he missed a test date. I guess they both did. So we'll just have to wait and see what the athletic commission plans to do with him. And oh god, damn, it's making me nervous. Like it's making my head itch. Like I'm like, what the fudge? Why y'all get so close like this? Why y'all do this to yourself? And at the end of the day, even if you're mad with any particular organization or you feeling a type of way about anybody that you have to deal with in order to make your plan come to fruition, you are almost not going to win doing stuff like this. Well, you're not winning right now. So I don't know. I don't know. I just would like to. I don't even want an explanation. I just wish it never happened. At this point, you're suspended, and I don't know why you would take a chance like this right now. So, like I said, if you're mad at any entity that you're having to deal with, then you got to find a better way to deal with it. Because this is not helping. Work too hard to get those belts, no matter what anybody say. You know, and just because they said, don't make it true. And no matter what they say, you can't let it push you off your square where you put everything in jeopardy that you've worked hard for. That's the best that I can come up with right now because I'm like in super shock behind this. Super shock. So that's where I'm at with that. Also, in the boxing world, since we're talking about boxing, um, 28 years old, JERMALL CHARLO, number 2 of 221 in the U.S. and internationally, number 4 of 1,485 or something. 27 and no, 21 KOs. Why, young man? Why? His brother is 31 and 0, 15 KOs. He's number 3 in the US of 326. Jamal Charlo is a middleweight, and JERMALL is a super welterweight. It looks like. And JERMALL is number 4 of 1,841 international meet, and number 3 of 326. I wonder if that should have been 1,326. Not sure. But this whole card for December 22nd is supposed to take place at the Barclays in Brooklyn, New York on December 22nd. So to all the opponents, and probably the closer to that card it gets, the more I'll talk about it and the more I'll try to figure out who else. I'll figure out who's on the card, and because this just kind of rearranges the card now. If he's suspended, I don't think there's. I don't know if they're going to have somebody to replace him. I don't know if that works like that. Um, defending the champion. Damn. So does he lose his standing in the rankings since he's suspended? Did they take that belt? I don't know. Like, I'm learning about boxing. I'm playing a lot of catch up. So I have to piggyback off of all my real boxing bloggers and stuff like that. I try to learn something new every day. So I give different people a listen and try to fill in my own gaps that way. But I'm just so disappointed. So disappointed. I can't believe it. Damn. There wasn't no other way to handle it. None. I don't know. I don't know. I know there's rules and regulations that you guys follow, and more than often I hear that, when you're in this position, you're supposed to let the testing people know where you're at. So when they're ready to test you, they can have a general vicinity of where they're coming to test you. So I don't know if that was just a miscommunication. Have a lot going on, press conferences, interviews, all kinds of things, plus training. Maybe it was just a big miscommunication. And if that's the fact, if that's what it was, then that's sad that he's got to take an indefinite suspension. But I don't know. I know the whole story hasn't come out yet, so I'm just shooting my shot at this point. I don't know. I don't know. It's a lot. It's a lot. It's a lot. It's a lot. Okay. Also in the boxing world, they are talking about this Wilder versus Fury boxing match coming up on December 1st. What the crypt? Both of these gentlemen are undefeated. Mr. Wilder and Mr. Fury. Mr. Wilder stands at 40-0, and Mr. Fury stands at 27-0. So they really have a drastic, different drastic ways of boxing. And Mr. Wilder gets to be on his home turf. I'm so glad I just figured this out. I don't know where I be sometimes. I be all over the MMA world. That's where I be. But this is going to be at the Staples Center in Los Angeles. So he's on his home turf. And he gets to, that for me changes everything. Well, not that I wasn't for him before, but I'm saying I'm really, 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 really with that guy. I've always been with that guy since ever. first seen him. Like I'm really playing catch up with the boxing world, so forgive me. And I plead ignorance at least for the next few months. um, yes, I think a lot of people want to count Deontay out. I don't know why. I don't know why. Um, and I think on the other side, some people wanted to count Tyson Fury out too. He's been sitting for a little while, and they don't think that he's going to be prepared for the pressure that Deontay Wilder can put on. I still think for Deontay is going to be him being able to close that distance, his foot placement, and staying focused and fighting his fight. You cannot let Mr. Fury get him frustrated and out of his square. I hope that in this fight he takes the precautions that he needs to protect himself and not leave himself so open when he's taking his shots. And I look forward to that being an excellent, excellent, excellent bout for as long as it lasts. Nobody's making no promises because trust me when I tell you, I pretty much am in the mind frame that Deontay has so much more to prove than Tyson. And I believe he's gonna go in there and try to get his ass out of there quick. Let's put the stamp on this. Boom. Here you go. Give me that. I'll take that belt. I'll take that. Thank you. I love it. Deontay Wilder in the house, y'all. So is it this? It might be the 8th. I might have said the 1st, but it might be the 8th. Um, yeah, I think it's the 8th. I got so many December dates in my head right now. I apologize about that. We'll come back to the world of boxing in the next couple of days. This is kind of like my yesterday and my today video because I just tuned out yesterday and kind of just listened to a lot of different was listening to some podcasts to figure out what is where everybody's at, because yesterday everybody was Monday, they was just jaw jacking. People had a lot to say yesterday. After the weekend's happenings, whatever they was, and I know I didn't even get to see a lot of them. It was just so much stuff. I was jumping around from this to that to that to this, mainly in my MMA world, but yeah, it was crazy this weekend, and everybody was telling it yesterday. They was telling it. So I was listening. So I'm gonna go over into the MMA world. And big ups to, like I said, all my boxing people that know that I'm subscribed to them. Thank you. At this moment, I just cannot. I'm not gonna call any names. I've spent all day just going through a lot of different videos and stuff, and listening, trying to collect my information. Um, we're gonna go on over to the MMA world. I have a range of things that we could discuss over there. Oh, Lord Jesus in the morning. So, where we gonna start? Okay, I'm gonna start right here. I think Deontay's fight is on there. But December 1st, Total Warrior Combat is going to be holding a card up there in Michigan. I want to say Lansing, Michigan, at the Causeway Bay Hotel and Convention Center. It's going to be a pay-per-view for this card. It's going to be $16.99 on Fight app. It looks like it's a pretty stacked card. And so the reason why I'm really, really talking about this is because one of my most recent, I became a fan of Felony Charles Bennett, aka for some of his longtime fans, Crazy Horse. He does not like to be called that, and it is no disrespect, Felony, none. I really get it, but you know, even on a day-to-day basis, when I watch your videos and stuff, people still call you that, no matter what you say to them, even how much you cuss them out. But I'm not one that likes to be cussed out routinely, so I'll just stick to Felony. Yeah, I've already had my fill with you with that. I'm good. So, with that being said, Felony Charles Bennett has a MMA professional fight record of 30-39-2. He has also been a competitor on the Bare Knuckle Fighting Championship. He was on Bare Knuckle Fighting Championship 2 in Biloxi, Mississippi. And his fight ended due to him. I guess they gave his opponent, I don't even remember in this moment who it was. I guess they probably gave it to him, maybe a TKO or something, because Felony injured his hand in that fight, so the fight couldn't continue. And I think that fight was almost the distance too. So Felony Charles Bennett, this kid is popular. He's not even a kid. He just had a birthday a couple days ago. He's 39 years old. He has a fight record of 30-39-2. So he's had himself what looks to be a very exciting fight career over the years. And he's been to other countries, I believe Japan, Russia. I want to say Russia. I know Japan for sure. And I forget where else I heard him mention, I believe. He's also my MMA fighter that knocked out Vanderlei Silva. They had a little beef backstage one time at an event that they were both participating on, and oh man, oh my god, it looked like he might have had 2 dust-ups that night. I'm thinking that might have been what happened. I'm not sure, but it's all over YouTube, so you guys can just go look it up. But there's no videos of him knocking Vanderlei out. And to this day, I don't know how long ago that was, but to this day, it must be like 5 years now, maybe longer. It's been quite some time. Them two still have beef. They still have beef. And the way Felony tells the story is so funny. So with that being said, like, this young man has fought in many different places in the world, especially many different places here in the United States, internationally, and he's been in some wild situations in his time in his fight life. Not even speaking on nobody's personal on his personal life, but I'm just saying he's had some wild ass times. He's going against a young man named Zach Shaw. Zach the Savage Shaw. His fight record is 6-2-0. And he is 28 years old. Now, with that being said, probably if I'd have done what would be my normal research on all of this, I would have found that out earlier. But I just really just pulled everything together today. I really did. So, um, I don't know. I don't know. I wasn't expecting that. I was expecting him to have, a few more fights, the young man Zach. But you can't never count a young man out. I never count you guys out. At the end of the day, though, we know felony Charles Bennett is crazy as a motherfucker. If he ain't shit else, he crazy in that goddamn ring, octagon, whatever you put him in to throw them paws, he makes it work. Win, lose, or draw. And we know he's got some of the best finishes on YouTube as far as fight finishes. So whether he was finishing somebody or possibly getting finished, we know he's got some great footage. So I don't know possibly what what the Savage could be possibly, you know, going through in his mind with this, because I know he sees the same thing that we all see when we pull him up, when we pull Family up on YouTube. Now, I don't know what that young man is going to bring to the table, but if you order that pay-per-view on the Fight app on Saturday on December 1st, you'll find out. And that card is solely it's pretty stacked. As a matter of fact, I was just getting ready to go to my Facebook. So what I've been processing the last couple days is that I had been looking at uh, I had seen earlier somebody sent me. Oh, there's okay. Before I even start talking about that, let me share that to my page. So if I find the other one, then I will share that to my page. Yeah, yeah. There was one other post I wanted to see if I could locate before I go to my Fightheads page. Left chocolate cake. Chocolate cake. A little in the middle reference to Brick. But I had got like somebody sent me a new fight card today that is happening in December. I was trying to find it, put it up on my other page so I can talk about it all at the same damn times. But this is a Total Warrior Combat Promotions. I know at least the female matchmaker on huh. People kill me sending stuff in the kitchen. But my buddy Sheena Starr is a matchmaker. I met her at Bare Knuckle Fighting Championship. So I'm thinking she might have been there. She was there with oh my god, I can't even think. One of my male fighters, one of the male fighters, the tall guy, what the heck was his name? Not Kendall Grove, but I think his opponent. I think. She is one of the matchmakers for this event. Sometimes it takes me a little bit longer to catch up with things because it's just me and I got to do all my own research. So, like, I be forever sometimes. I can go in the rabbit hole sometimes, messing around with these, going on, not even going on pages, but just the stuff that they send me. But this card is this upcoming Friday. And you know, I don't know how this is going to sound, but I'm going to just say it like this. I think if I'd have known he was going to have a more experienced opponent, that I probably would have been, you know, feeling a certain kind of way about missing the fight, not being there in person, because I surely, what I did get to see of him in the bare knuckle fighting championship, it was awesome and I was excited, I know he's always a game opponent. And he's never given me that feeling that he he was trying to quit in that fight or anything like that. I mean, if you injure your hand, that's the only two things that's standing between you and your opponent is your hand. So he can't defend himself if his hand is jacked up. So, I don't think we got to see what could have possibly been a way better ending to Lord. What would have been a possible way better ending if not, succumbed to that injury. In the bare knuckle fighting, bout. But he's had said a couple of months to recover, and he's ready to get back in there and do the daggone thing against Mr. Shaw. In a second, I'm about to go to my Fightheads page so I can figure out what's going on. I know our Titans of the Cage is this weekend here in Virginia, Bland County High School. That's where our Titans of the Cage 26 card will be held. I believe our young Mr. Robbie Razor Ring will be the main event on this card. It is an amateur card. I believe Miss Ring will. I know she's got some our tykes. I like to call them our peewees, whatever, our little babies. They do expo bouts. Oh, they are so cute. Oh my God, those girls and kids are so cute. Well, how is you sitting at a project door with a... No, I'm done. I'm done. No, absolutely not. Stop it. I'm good. But yeah, the the little tyke expos are so fun and entertaining to watch. And the kids have such good spirits. They work together, the bigger ones with the little ones, and and it's an awesome event to go to Titans of the Cage. I just came back from Elite Warrior Challenge. Was it last weekend, I believe? It was awesome sauce. Of course, awesome sauce. And we definitely had some great wins. Great event. Their last event for the year. TLC is there is another coming to the event, I believe is coming to I want to say Manassas, Virginia on the 15th of Virginia. So ooh, that's pretty. Oh my, that's real nice. That's just another event that I don't think I have a notification for, and I really don't remember what Reggie told me the name of the promoter was or promotion was. Oh yeah. Oh, noted. Oscar Smith is the preseason number one. Um, Titans of the Cages having, I think, our last big MMA event in Virginia for the year. So that'll be awesome for them. I wish I could have been there, but if the might pop up, man. I don't know what the Lord got planned for me. But I just found another freaking event, Friday, December 7th, Friday Night Fights and Rise Again, RISEAGAIN. Share that to my page so when I go over there, it'll be there waiting for me. Wait a minute. Wait. Melanie Lowe. TC Code. Street Beefs also is having another. This is one of my backyard fighting organizations, and they're having well, the backyard fighting organization at this point that I know of. They're having another backyard dust up this weekend too. They had one last weekend, which I did a video earlier this week, or maybe over the weekend. I might have did that Saturday night. And on my YouTube here on this channel, Saturday night, it's a Let's Get It video. I did some. Oh, I think it was trolling. I was trolling. I was combat sports trolling that night. And so it's probably on that video where I showed the street beef fight. But you can always go to their YouTube page. They got a bunch of awesome fights. If you just, you know, like combat sports, you can go to Street Beef's YouTube page and check them out. Let them see what's good with them. They got a lot of big things coming up too for them. They've been filming parts and pieces of a documentary. And they're supposed to be coming out real soon with the documentary. I would suspect probably hopefully within the first installment will be out, hopefully between now and April. Can't really say. You never know with the production of things. So they do have that coming up. Oh shit. Damn, his grandmama came from a gut blow from hell. I gotta hear what this is about. Oh my goodness, some of the stuff that people post be crazy. Oh, fuck it. I gotta also get my information together. Oh, that's what I was thinking. Christy Martin. I gotta bounce back to the boxing right quick. Yeah. I know I wrote that down there. Christy Martin has an event coming up on the 15th of December. It's going to be either the 8th or the 15th of December in Charlottesville, North Carolina. I wonder what that would be. It's been a lot of crazy stuff. I'm gonna burn over here. Let me see what I got on my page. Okay. Okay. Let's see what's good. How come I can never just get to where I want to be on my page? It's always some bullshit. It's always some bullshit. Yes, my young man. Boy Wonder, 150%. Michael Williams Jr., new WBF welterweight champion. Boom, boom, boom. My little 19-year-old champion getting it down here in North Carolina. Yee. Under the tutelage of Sir Roy Jones Jr. Who thought? Who thought? Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Okay, maybe this is what it was. Warrior Blood Sport, 141. That features doors open at 2, fights start at 3. So that's early in the day, you guys. That's early in the day. That's early in the day. So everybody know I'm fighting this weekend. Well, let me see 15th. I'll be going back to war in Nashville, Tennessee. I'm so excited and joyful. Okay, so my guy Buddy Escobar, he's one of my newer to the region, not our region, but just newer to our community of MMA. Predominantly a kickboxer, looking to dip and dab a little bit into MMA, but predominantly a kickboxer. He loves his kickboxing, so he seems to be very successful at it. I think he's probably 3 or 4-0 or something to that effect. Yeah. It's on my other damn post. Okay, on this belt with on this belt on this on this card with my guy Felony. It's gonna be a girl fight. Peyton Becky versus Kim Sayo, SAE Saechao, SAECHAO. That's gonna be they're both debuting. Don't tell me right here what weight class. I'm looking so hard right now, y'all. It's either 115 or 125. They're not big girls, so I'm thinking it's probably. Let me look at them again. Let me look at them again. They look like they 115ers. And weights. Could be wrong. It's either 125 or 115. Peyton Becky and Kim Sacho. Congratulations, girls, on your debut. Congratulations. Ain't nothing wrong with this. Do-do-do-do-do. Do-do-do-do-do. Facebook be doing what the fuck it want to with my posts. It drives me nuts. It's really need to go to post. Do I need to? No. Not. See, that's what I'm saying. Like, I deliberately shared a bunch of stuff to this. Let me go here. Let me just do this. Let me see what's good. Oh, wow. It says automatically translate posts to reach your audience in the language they understand. Hmm. Hmm. Let me see. Let me see. Brian Glazier family. First, I got to figure out if this is where I want to be. I got a bunch of posts I'm trying to get to, like my Titans of the Cage stuff, and just maybe doing whatever they want to, man. That drives me nuts. Am I going to really shit? It really just drives me nuts. I can't never. I be wanting to just scream sometimes. Like, really? And that's why I'm on my YouTube. Because I don't have the patience. No, it's not. Titans of the Cage is having an event this weekend. One of my other favorite places to go and watch MMA events. Like, I'm just a fool about MMA. I really, really like it. And then everything else just ties into the combat sports for me. So, um, oh yeah, I forgot Adrian Broner and Manny Pacquiao is going to be fighting. 240. Yeah, he was another one I had to. I'm kind of just laughing at I'm in a comment section right now. So when are they fighting? I don't think they're fighting. Oh, this is for them a March show. That's EWC's probably going to be their. Oh, they probably having one. Oh, well, maybe that might be their first show of the year in March. EWC, hot mess stuff. That's the best way I could put it. Hot mess stuff. We'll see. Bare Knuckle Fighting Championship. Woo woo. Okay. Now I know I shared this to my page. Which part of my page about? Oh, page. I'm back on my other page. Mort Goldsmith shared a post. What's up, Mort? He be at a lot of the events that I attend. And is ready to see your favorite fighter. This is USKA Fight Sports. This is my friend, I believe my friend K-Dog is a part of this event. They're having a party on, not a party, but a fight card on December 8th, fight night. Kaysen Travel versus Kevin Rhodes. And Ross Levine versus Christopher Martin. Both of them say reloaded. I don't really know what's up with that. Let me go over here to USKA. Let's see what they talk about. It will not tell me at what weight class these gentlemen are fighting at. Oh no. Kaysen Trammell and Kevin Rhodes. It's going to be Parkview Inn and Conference Center, Bulldog Drive, Allentown, Pennsylvania. It just will not tell me at what weight class. I guess I will have to go. All the way on. I thought I was going on their page. Let me see what that size finds. I don't know why I feel like I've seen both of those young men's faces on another promo. Mr. Martin and Mr. Levine. He just be, Alan Steven just be putting up some word. I don't want no pieces of that. No pieces. Whoever wins this fight can call themselves the best heavyweight champion of the world. Deontay Wilder. Yes. Daniel Schul. Right, bro. He is coming over here for that. We can't be taking that mess. They're coming for our belts and smoke stuff. We ain't throwing none of that. We keep that right on his. all my fighters and their families and their loved ones. I just want to send a shout out of love and prayers. And I know a lot of people going through a lot of different things. Some people have sick children. Some people have sick mothers. I'm very, very sorry for everyone. You know, this has been a rough year for Miss Nikki also. So I get it and I understand. And I send nothing but love and prayers out to you guys. I'll deal with a lot of stuff and then still come in there and try to give us great bouts and, you know, something to talk about. Oh, yeah, back to Tito Ortiz versus Chuck Liddell. So, again, you guys, I still think everybody's riled up about something that it's like, really, what are you guys fussing about? And I've listened to a lot of people say a lot of different things about this, including Mr. Dana White. Oh my God, that poor guy. Oh man, he loves that Mr. Golden Boy Promotions. Don't miss the WBA World Super Middleweight Championship between Canelo Alvarez and Rocky Fielding, broadcast live from Madison Square Garden, New York City. Nationwide. Is this? Oh, Saturday, December 15th, Canelo versus Rocky. Oh, I like how they did that. They little word played me right quick. Use their first names instead of their last names. Canelo versus Rocky. It would have been Alvarez versus Fielding. That's December 15th, y'all, up there in the BK. New York City. New, oh, Madison Square Garden is in New York City. Whoa. Whoa. That's Fathom Events is putting that on. I'll stop myself from calling you. I'm sure that I wanted to. Hey, my phone. Just what are we doing with cities? Where going and what's the end? In the morning, wake up, we can get it. See what's on that other page. Bare Knuckle 4 is going to Mexico. 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 They're going to Mexico. The only bare knuckle fighting championship in the world that has the female bare knuckle fighting championship division. What's good? You want something? Look up my man's Nate. Nate Shook, Mr. Nate Shook. Sound just like yeah, spelled just like it sound. SHOOK. Shook. Yes, he puts together those plans. Yes, he does. I also got I have a notification from Leonard's Fight Finder. Any pro heavyweight boxers interested in boxing in Nashville, dates 12/8, 3/16/19. So I don't know. This is very close to December 8th. But if you're up for it and you think you're ready to go, Leonard's Fight Finder is looking for a fight in Nashville, a heavyweight boxer, a professional heavyweight boxer in Nashville on 12/8, and then again on 3/16 of 2019. If you're interested, inbox him. I'm telling you, they know where it's good. They know they. I think I got a lot of hungry fighters on my page. Um, oh, I forgot to post my picture of my young man, William Chavez Jr. He is going to the Elite Nationals in Utah, you guys. They were able to raise that money. Bless, bless them. So he goes up there and he gets to compete. He's number 2 at, I want to say, at 55 in the weight class. I believe that's his weight class, 55. And Manny Pacquiao's boxing record is 60, 70, and 2. He's held 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. It looked like he's held 10 belts. But William Chavez Jr. is going to Utah. And like I said, he's number 2 in the nation. He's going up there to Utah to work his way into that number 1 position. This is probably going to be the hardest, toughest competition ever participated in. But this young man, I know he works hard, and he has great coaching, and he has great at-home support system. He does pretty well in school. So yeah, there's no question that this young man has been working hard. He's been keeping school together. If it's not school related, then he's in that gym. They give him his breaks when they feel like that he needs them, and when he's in that gym, he puts in his 100%. If coach think he's not, he lets him know. Cleans it right on up. This young man is going to the Nationals in Utah. And I think we may have had another couple of gyms here. And Chavez Jr. is out of 757 Boxing Club. That's Reggie Easy Barnett's gym. That's why I said he has great coaches and great tutelage and, great support system at home. He deserves to make this trip. And at the end of the day, he'll be able to say he's in the building. He was in the building. He participated with the best of the best of the best of the United States in the boxing, in the, that little Pee-wee division. I would imagine that whatever weight class, not weight class, but whatever age group that goes up to about 16, I guess, that I'm not completely sure, but I would say 16. But Oh, excuse me, y'all. But yeah, whatever age and weight class it goes up to, this is the event. This is the event. The last time we went to a big event was the preps in West Virginia back in the end of June, I believe. So I'm saying I've been watching this young man, and periodically I put stuff out on him. So, and sometimes if you watch some of my sparring footage from 757 Boxing Club when I go live on my Facebook, you can see him and a lot of the footage. A lot of the footage. So, you know, I keep a close eye on those that I know work. I know he worked very hard when he went up to I know he worked very hard when he went up there to West Virginia or went to West Virginia. I had never ever been at an event where something legitimately popped off. Like, I mean, I wasn't fearing for my safety or nothing. I was in a building of fighters. But when the fighters are fighting, you know what I mean? And as usual, of course, it was, and this is the championship time. This is the championship time. Like I haven't heard nothing about this situation since it happened. But I would imagine that the USA Boxing had to take some type of repercussions out on both teams because you got the number one and the number two boxers or teams or coaches, whichever side threw their, shot first outside of that ring, outside of those two children competing in that ring. Whoever threw the first shot outside of the ring, you know, I'm pretty sure at this level of boxing, even for the little kids, the coaches, that's just something I don't really see. I'm not saying that there don't be little internal beefs or one coach might not like each other or another team. You know what I'm saying? It's not that that doesn't. And you know what? As a matter of fact, I think they so acclimated to each other, at least here locally, that they pretty much know what to expect with each other. So what I don't see is a bunch of hubbub going on, you know. But our fighters are going to fight, and it is what it is. But I believe that probably not the best of ideas to go to something like that and break out with a fight because I'm imagining it cost each team something could have been very well that it cost them their belts that they had just stepped out of the ring from winning first and second place. But that didn't involve our guy. Like I said, I think we have a couple other gyms that may have children that were invited to Utah for the Elite Nationals, but I haven't heard anything from any of them. Unless I do, then I can't tell it. Oh yeah, back to this Chuck and Tito fight. Okay, so at the end of the day, for me, as much as I didn't listen to over the last couple of days, like I said, was flapping their gums yesterday. Dana White, um, Tito Ortiz, every free blogger in the country has been talking about this. And at the end of the day, the one thing that I did take, because if I have to listen to something once or more than twice, then I'm really going to start to pluck. So with that being said, the one thing I haven't heard, everybody's talking about, well, if you're a friend of Chugs and if you're this and you're that, do you not think, why are y'all acting like his wife or his fiance, his family, his coaches, y'all acting like they just turned a blind eye to this? Like, you don't think any one of them said, Chuck, what the fuck are you doing right now? We don't think that's a good idea. We don't think. And then after everybody says what they have to say, then they say, well, yeah, I know Chuck, and he's a man's man. He's going to do what he feels like at the end of the day, no matter what we say. So if y'all already know that, why are y'all even holding on to that? Y'all knew that was a decision. And how about this? Tito's been saying Chuck is the one that pushed the fight. He said he didn't even, he told him, Chuck, I don't think that's good. We shouldn't even be doing this. Like, what's good? You really want to do this? And Chuck pushed it. How come ain't nobody getting on to Chuck about pushing the fight today? Everybody feel like he shouldn't have been in. Shut the shit up, y'all. Shut it up. Shut it up. Because y'all cannot give him a pass. We cannot give Chuck a pass and jump all over Tito. And I didn't know that that was Tito's first KO ever in his career. So yeah, he was excited about that. Plus he got his redemption. So I mean, I don't know what sanctioning body overseeing this, and that's okay. You know, everybody, every organization operates a little bit differently, and I guess one testing facility will hold the values of one thing and will hold the values of another. So, you know, that is what it is. There's nothing that you can do about that. And everybody's like I said, I'm very auspicious about Golden Boy jumping into the MMA arena. And after listening to Tito Ortiz talk about it, I'm inclined to believe that they really do want to move forward with this. And you know, I mean, sometimes we pick apart stuff to no degree, but really don't still have, But at the end of the day, what I pluck from that is that, like I said, I thought they were doing this for the future empowerment and movement of MMA. Mr. De La Hoya was just a vessel. He was a means by which they were able to make this happen. So, and if anybody's going to cry about the money that they made or were paid on this card, you signed a freaking contract. You knew you were getting that before you stepped into the ring. Because I don't think any fight, any professional fight goes down without even the basic of contracts being signed. Even at these low level amateur, I mean, not amateur, but low level pro situations, they're always talking about signing pieces of paper and contracts. So, you know, yeah, think about it. What do you expect? And I guess they maybe didn't want to overextend themselves just in case the thing didn't go over as planned. And I'm pretty sure some of them same ones that's got the flapping their jabs and all that got such harsh criticism for Tito Ortiz and and even Chuck. At the end of the day, they motherfucking asses made weight and they fucking showed up. A lot of people can't even say they did that this past weekend or the last couple months with fights. So ain't nobody got time for it. Let Tito have his piece. And if y'all complaining about the money, then y'all know that Tito was one of the driving forces on the inside of that situation, you know. So he knows the struggles that you have. And I think even if it is Golden Boy, if they get tried and true people, at the top in the mix where it's most important, which is the matchmaking and maybe possibly being the face of that for them. Um, I think Tito would make a great representative. I really do. I really, really do. I think he is an attention getter when he talks. Everyone is, listening. He's just given so much to the sport over the years. So why wouldn't people listen? Because they don't know what the next crazy thing gonna fall out of his mouth after what him and Chuck just did. So who knows if, and I believe, yeah, Tito did say he was retiring. He told Ariel Hawani that. Big up to Ariel Hawani. He told Ariel Hawani that he was retiring. He said, who was it that he said? Didn't say McGregor. He said if he couldn't get the whatever some other fight, I just said I wasn't even listening. I probably stopped listening. Yeah, he said he's retiring. There's nothing else he wants to do. He's fought everybody in his heyday that he thought he wanted to fight and who was, the best of the best in his era, win, lose, or draw. And so he's good. He's over it. He's definitely over it. Said he's going to, start pursuing other spaces in his life, as in, got his family and probably got some other businesses and ventures he's trying to delve into or got going that he needs to spend a little bit more time, operating in. So with that being said, if Golden Boy Promotions keeps up the MMA, then we'll see what happens. And like I said, if that does happen, y'all know that in effect they will be looking to test probably. And like I said, every organization, whether it's the testing organization, whether it's the fighting organization, whether it's the promotion organization, every organization operates differently. Just as coach, unless they're, I guess, in tune with the universal collection of how things are ran, sort of like OSHA type stuff. But other than that, yeah, the fight came, the fight happened, and the fight is over. And at the end of the day, unless y'all going to jump all over Chuck and let it go. Oh, I know one thing that I was shocked, not even dismayed, but I was super shocked, and the shit had me laughing. Dana White's interview with, I believe, Skip to My MMA. I believe that's who it was. He let Oscar De La Hoya have it. He let him have it. That was the funniest shit I ever seen in my life or listened to, as a matter of fact. But, you know, I'm sad that things are that way. And Tito spoke so nice about everybody, And Ariel was asking him, I mean, how can you still feel that way when, people are not your friend the way you look at them as being your friend? And he said, that's just me. You gotta respect that. I have a forgiving heart too. And like at the end of the day, that trilogy is over. That's done. We ain't never gonna see them two ever step in the ring again. Y'all know that, after probably hindsight is 2020 for Chuck right now. Whether he thought he could beat Tito or not is beside the point. He decided he wanted that fight. He took that damn fight. He made his weight and he got up in there and he showed up. I just I just hate that they're having to take so much slack about it. We just don't know what, the future of Golden Boy MMA is going to be. And people talking about he'll be talking to them Friday. They'll be sitting down with them on Friday, talking about money and some more shit. So I don't know, y'all. Oh yeah, this is the video I think I was looking for. So I'm trying to get that. I'm trying to figure out. Oh, here it is. Boom. My matchmaker from Bare Knuckle Fighting Championship, Mr. Nate Shook. If y'all give me a second, please give me a second. Let me listen to what he says so I can. Yeah, I don't fuck around going out to the United States. Yeah. No, I'm not coming, Nate. I can't do it, buddy. No. Okay, so Beck Rollins is back on the Bare Knuckle Fighting Championship for USA versus Mexico. They will have her fighting a local Mexican fighter girl. So that's going to be interesting. Yeah, our Mexican fighters are always so, their movement, everything is just always so different. And they're fucking warriors. They can take punches and some bullshit. It take a lot to get them down. You got to hit them in the body roll over repeatedly sometimes for them to go down. So that's going to be a great fight. Beck and one of the local boxers. And then he said Chris Lytle is going to be on the card. He did not give me the information on. He said they have two opponents that they're choosing from, that they have a choice of. So we just have to wait and see how that's going to fall out. Joe Riggs is on the card for USA versus Mexico. Wait. What did he say? I love fucking with Nate. He is always so nice to me. He got such a cute little crooked smile. Oh, he's saying Joe Riggs could either be on the Mexico card or when they return. Mexico is going to be in February, and then they're returning right within 30 days or a little over 30 days in March for Bare Knuckle 5, where our lightweight tournament will continue. That's where Reggie and Johnny Bedford and Rusty and Abdel are all going to be part of that tournament. Reggie sits atop the division, and just how I named them coming down is how they, how they earned their spots. So Reggie sits at the top. Then you have Johnny Bedford. Then you have Rusty Crowder, and then you have Abdel. So when they come back in March, the lightweight tournament will go as follows: Reggie versus Rusty, and then Johnny versus Abdel. It sounded like he said Ryan Garcia. That's what it sounded like he said. Like, real on some real shit, y'all. I might be tripping. That's why I'm gonna go back. Damn it. I keep going back too far. Leonard Garcia. Okay, I knew I had to go back and listen to that. Leonard Garcia. Oh, that'll be a great fight, Joey Beltran and Tony Lopez. It absolutely is. I think everybody wants to believe, possibly, that Mr. Velasquez, who showed up here on this Bare Knuckle 3 card from Team Assassin down in Florida, everybody wants to believe that this kid is some kind of way maybe mimicking Reggie. But unless he has been personally following Reggie for years, the only video that I could find in that moment when I was looking a few weeks ago was him back in 2015. That same freaking look he has in that MMA fight is the same exact look he had in that bare knuckle fight. So I don't think that this kid in any way is trying to mimic Reggie. I think both of them are great fighters and they both just have a familiar look. Like their two looks are familiar to everybody. So, you know, I mean, I have to be honest. I had to turn to Reggie and pinch him when we were watching Abdul fight because, like, when I seen it too, like, I just kind of tuned out. Like, Reggie was talking, I didn't hear nothing. I didn't hear nobody screaming in there. All I seen, it just went, my sound went silent for me. And I was stuck on watching that squared ring and watching him because off the cuff, immediately I was like, God damn, well, he look like Reggie. And then I look and Reggie was standing beside me and I'm like, okay, so no, he ain't stuck in the ring on me. So yeah, that kid, he just brought his A game. He really brought his A game. I can't even be mad at him about that. He brought his A game as well as everybody else. Rusty got him a stoppage. Both of them got stoppages. I think, yeah, that was a brutal knockout that Abdel put on his opponent. And Rusty, it took him a little bit, maybe a minute, a few seconds longer, but he got a stoppage too, I believe. I want to say in the first or the second round. But yeah, that motherfucking 135 division, that bare knuckle fighting championship for this American motherfucking 135 belt, for that lightweight belt, and yeah, that is going to be off the chain. The next two bare knuckle fighting championships is going to be off the chain. A, because they're going to Mexico in February. B, because they're coming right the fuck back to here, and we don't know where that card is going to be held when they come back in March. Boom. And the lightweight tournament will continue with the 4 best bare knuckle fighting competitors we have walking the United States at this point. Where else you going to get that? Where else are you going to get that? Let me see if he give us any more good. Four and 3 pro boxing and 2-0 or 2-3 in MMA. 6-3 pro boxing. So those are the 2 potential opponents for Beck Rawlings. So yeah, Beck. I promise you that Britain was way more of a challenge than Alma was at that point. I don't know if because Alma may have been injured early in the fight, and that's why she couldn't defend herself, and that's why Beck was able to pick at her, pick her apart a little bit, and get her out of there in that first bare knuckle fighting championship. But Britain, Queen Bee Hart, she put it all in. That motherfucking fight went the distance, and the old girl won that fight by split decision. If you ask a lot of people, including myself, I was weighing and I was leaning on the side of Britain. But at the end of the day, I know she landed a lot of more crisp, clean shots on Britain. So I don't know when we're gonna get to see Our Lady Britain Hart back up in the big lights. She's down there with Team Assassin. Her fiance have left us Virginians. She didn't love us here. And went on down there to Florida and joined Team Assassin. That's Abdel Velasquez team. I believe they're a great team, and I mean I don't know anything about them outside of I just got wind of these people come bare knuckle 3. So the showing that Abdel put on, and then they've had a couple other fighters off their team do stuff here in the last few weeks, and they've been very successful. So right now, that team is floating on top of the world, and so the Venable has something coming up, and I don't know what we got for Lady Britain coming up, but as soon as I find out, I will let you know. Yes, I had to get y'all that business. Yes, bare knuckle fighting chippy, you shipping the house is biatch. Rolling down the street, smoking in dust, sipping on gin and juice. Laid back. With my mind on my money and my money on my mind. Hmm. Yeah, so let me see. I might have to go to my buddies. No, I don't even want to go there. I either need to go to his page or her page. Nope, that's her. She in the spa because I had purposely shared that she sent me a she sent me the whole card for the Total Warriors Combat card that for this belt. I swear sometimes I'd be looking at these cards and I'd be cracking up with some of our names are so funny. So we got Martin versus Poker Fray. Oh, Ari Freaky. I can't even pronounce that young man's name. King versus Murdoch. Still again. Oh, Felony and Zach will be tagging off to each other at 145. Here's my girl Sheena. Here she is. Hi, Sheena. What's up, girl? I believe she used to be one of my warriors too. Like she used to fight. I don't think she's fighting right now. I think she's doing matchmaking. Yeah, she was with Mr. Lopez. She was with Mr. Lopez at the first or the second bare knuckle. The second bare knuckle, because I didn't see her at the first. But I did see Mr. Lopez and I did have an interview. I gotta go through all my footage. I got so much shit, y'all, so many gems and stuff that I never put out, that I never shared. Didn't even show y'all no pictures. Look, she wrapping hands. That's what I'm saying. Y'all fucks with me. Y'all be fucking with me. I appreciate that. Let me see what it is. Is this the OWXC? I don't know who that is. I was trying to find that promotion. Hmm. I swear. And like right before I started my live, I freaking went up there and freaking Cagezilla. They're having a card on the 15th of December also in Ashburn, Virginia. That's who it was. I couldn't think of. I knew it was somebody. Hey, pretty girls. Dang, she looks different with her hair long. Fight like a girl, MMA. And then my girl, well, Card and Combat Sports up there in Kansas is get ready to start a series, some type of women's series. I don't know what it's gonna be about. I'm excited to hear. So I can piggyback and tell all the juiciness coming from it. Look at Sheena out there with my guy from the pawn shop place. Les. That show was so crazy. But that's what I was looking for. I was looking to see if good lord. I'm just perusing through her pictures. MMA boot camp. She get into a lot of a little bit of everything. I believe she's very well known, within the MMA community, and you know, she has a lot of positive connections. I think she probably holds some weight, you know, within the community. So you just never know who you might make friends with. Here it is. Here it is. I found it. I found it. So at least I can I'm trying to get it pulled up so at least I can say the guys and girls names that's on the card. This is so funny. I'm mad that they don't have the weight classes up here. Nope, not one weight class, y'all, but I'm gonna do my best to try to read these names to y'all. I told y'all, man, some of these names, some of our names. How about I just try to do I'm looking at some of these names and it's just some of them I'm just gonna either say the first or the last name. Amateur bouts. So they got it amateur. The first five bouts are amateur, and then 6 through 9 are pro, and then the intermission, and then I guess the rest of the card is going to be pro. We got a heavyweight championship bout as co-main event, and a featherweight championship to set the main card off. Well, I guess that's not the main card. The last three bouts, 15, 16, and 17. 15 is going to be the featherweight bout championship with Justin King and Vince Murdoch. Okay, here we go. And then 16 is going to be the heavyweight championship bout versus Ryan Poker. I can't pronounce your last name, young man. I'm sorry. And Brett Martin. And then the main event is Felony Charles Bennett versus Zach the Savage Shaw. So I'm gonna go all the way back up to what? Oh, excuse me. That's what happens when you watch YouTube all day and look through Facebook. Trying to collect my information. Y'all be trying to collect my information. Um, what is his name? Lukoma Simpania versus Hunter Obrist. Hannah Schneider versus Hanite Tulupu. Tim Wedge versus Dakota Luna. Kim Seicho versus Peyton Becky. Nico Leo versus Mr. Gutierrez. Corey Howard versus Gary Edwards. Terry Vanawary. Oh, VANNAWERY. I believe that's what it says. And against Antone Blessing name. EALBLASSINGAME. Blessing aim. Robbie Alexander versus Donato Richardson. Kenny Cross versus Aaron Smith. I know that was up on the promos. Jay Jackson versus Devin Smith. Anthony Michael versus Pancho Thur. PJ versus Chaos Williams. Antonio Castillo versus Adam King. Portland Pringle versus Daquan Townsend. Portland Pringle. I pray that is just that young man's fight name. I mean, this is the Total Warrior Combat card at the Causeway Bay Hotel, 6820 South Cedar Street in Lansing, Michigan. It's going down, y'all, December 1st, starting at 6 p.m. Hey. Hey. So as I said, our guy, Felony Charles Bennett, is on that card. Luna versus Wedge. Let me check out their I'm thinking these are yep. Damn, ring girls. Look at them. They got it going on. They look real nice. The ring girls, yep. Yep. I ain't even mad at them at all. Hold on. Let's see something for March 2nd. Youth Pankathon. Pankration. I have never ever heard of that. Detroit MMA TV. So this, yeah, the corn. Oh, okay. Now I see some pictures of some of the fighters on her page. Yeah, the corn look like he's pretty solid. We're gonna have to go check out Detroit TV MMA. Where is that Detroit MMA TV? Yep, Detroit MMA TV. This is very interesting. I told y'all about these guys and girls from other countries kicking these down wood ass planks and poles and shit and trees. There's no way. And then like you don't get no break in between. You just come right back and kick it again if it don't break. How do y'all condition y'all's body to take that type of punishment? Look, he's kicking freaking bamboo trees. No way. I can't even break a piece of bamboo in my hands. And he kicking on this shit. How do y'all condition your bodies to do that and not feel pain? He's kicking a piece of wood that looks like it's connected to, yeah, a metal pole. Oh my God, he kicked the pole and bent it. Oh my God. I can't take no more. I done told y'all. They're coming. I told y'all they are coming. Y'all can play with it. Stitch Premium Athletic Tape. I ain't even gonna comment. This is too funny. You're a wizard, motherfucker. So, yep, that's the lineup for that particular event. I'm gonna check Titans of the Cage right quick. Let me see what Miss Kim has up here for us. 26. Let's see what 26 has for us. December 1st. At Bland County High School in Rocky Gap, Virginia. So if you're in the area, people, Titans of the Cage fight promotion return bigger and better than ever. I'm sad I'm gonna miss this. I'm so sad. I cannot believe I'm gonna miss this. And this is Saturday. I'm sick to death. I'm hoping to God there's some pictures of it. I don't know. Maybe I can get one of my fighters to talk to me about it. Or maybe Miss Ring. If I reach out to her early enough in the day, I might be able to get her to spot check us on the card. And y'all know I do be inviting people up on my lives when I do my lives. But a lot of my fighters, some of them live up there in them hills. So we got Derek Rogers versus Garrett Carnes, Carnes, in a grappling bout. It does not say what weight class. It says live MMA action. MMA Titans of the Cage, Saturday, December 1st, 2018, Bland County High School, Rocky Gap, Virginia. Doors open at 5, event starts at 6. Tickets go to www.titansofthecagefight.com. Come. Yep. They got a nice cage too at Titans of the Cage. They got a real nice cage. So we got Jonathan Mesquita, Mesquueda versus JERMALL Caviness, Cavines. They're young men, so they're going to probably be a youth expo about exactly what I thought. Miss Ring, oh man, she loves to give the kids that shine. They get up there and do their expo bouts on her card. They have fun. Jay Lee Long, our guy was supposed to be on, I think, the November 10th card at King of the Cage, but he had a family situation and he had to pull himself out of that fight. So I hope everything is okay for him and his family, and that maybe he could pick right back up. He's picked back, picked up into training camp for this. He's going to be in a 195 kickboxing bout with Isaiah Thompson. Hey, Jay Lee. Titans of the Cage 26, y'all. This Saturday. Okay, we got another youth expo bout. Sierra Llewellyn versus Sarah McMahon. Hey, girls. Congratulations. Do well. I know you guys are going to put on a great expo bout. Josh Lilly versus Jacob Collier. Now, I've heard this Jacob kid's name around our local scene in a 145 bout. Yes, let's get it. 145. Maybe that's another opportunity. That's another avenue for maybe my guy Elias Briley from Spartacus Fight League. He's the king of 145 over there at Spartacus. I'm not really sure who the king is at Titans of the Cage, but I just read somewhere that Elite Warrior Challenge does have a 145 champion. He must have had some kind of injury or something. And I know I've seen some chitter chatter about it. Before EWC come back for their first card of the year, I will have all the information on that first card and what's going down, who's coming back, who's defending belts, who's going to do what, who's going up for belts. There's some vacant belts here and there. You know what I'm saying? So we got to see what's really, really popping. A couple of them belts didn't get filled last weekend because, people had issues and situations, the Joe Sue syndrome. Okay, back to TOC. Ada Lambert versus Julian Lambert. What? Are they sisters? Ada and Julian gonna roll around in there with the youth expo bout. The youth expo bout. You go, girls. I've seen Ada before, and it might have been her sister that I seen this last card at 25. Okay, we got Jacob Lamb versus Zach Humberson. Humberson at 170. I haven't seen one title bout yet. Jacob Lamb versus Zach Humberson at 170. This is an amateur card, you guys, but our amateurs put on so great down here. William Hell, that's my dude. William Hellraiser Hell. 155 against Derek Bias. 155. Okay, so William was one of my competitors that was on EWC here this last week, and I did go through and do a live. It might be a Let's Get It video on YouTube where I showed off my EWC footage. I look like I might have been falling asleep, but I was thinking there. Adrian Guajosa versus Danny Edwards, a 135 bout, 135-pound bout. Daddy just smiling so hard at this little promo picture. Oh man, they too funny. Titans of the Cage, Black Eye Friday. I am mad about that. They need to stop. Order your tickets. Okay, we got Raymond Green versus Tyler Carrico, a 160 bout. So somebody couldn't make weight. Now we know somebody couldn't make weight. Okay, here we go. Nicholas Fisher versus Joshua Rush in a heavyweight bout. Okay, Nicholas and Joshua, let's get it. Nick Farley, he's too funny with his promo picture, and Adam Zolot. I've said that name before, Adam Zolot. I believe he was on. He might have been on that 25 card at Titans of the Cage. I would have to find my little printout. Then we have Jeff Copeland versus Zach Bobbitt at 125. A 125-pound bout. Jeff Copeland versus Zach Bobbitt. That means our little, what they call them, featherweights. Josh Cook versus Logan Hurley. 145 kickboxing bout. That's what I'm talking about. What's up, guys? Joshua Cook. I'm sorry, y'all. I gotta get the other man. Alright, I'm gonna change this battery. I told y'all this camera will not take an external charge. It will only take these batteries. So I ended up having to have two because when I'm at events, you know, I'm trying to make sure the battery is charged. So I try to keep them both charged. And dang, I keep setting up shit. Oh, there it is. Josh Cook is one of my go-to fighters up here. I can he's very well known in our amateur MMA community, and he just has this great spirit. I love him. I love talking to him, and he jokes with everybody, even his opponents, and you know, they all talk mess back and forth, but he's a really good guy. I don't think I've met Mr. Hurley. Logan Hurley. I don't believe I have. I've met so many of them. Sometimes it just slips my mind. Then we have a 155 bout with Mr. Jeremy Cooper and Joey DeSanto. JC versus JD was good, gentlemen, at 155. I don't know, maybe I'm looking at this crazy, but both of y'all look like y'all really pressing to go on to 155. I don't know, sometimes y'all look bigger in those promos than you actually are in person. Jacobs Catron versus Jeff Wright, a 160 bout. Who couldn't make weight? I know Robbie's on this card. I'm trying to look and see. Hey, Nick Bill versus Sean Mitchell. Now I've seen both of these gentlemen fight. I can't remember what Mr. Bill's outcome was. I can't find my little printout from Titans of Cage 25. But Sean Mitchell acquired that. I would say, was it the one? He acquired. Yeah, the 155 belt at 25, I believe. And so now he's defending it here against Mr. Bill on December 1st. So good luck with that, gentleman. Oh, man. Wait a minute. I'm trying to see. Titans of the Cage MMA heads to Bland County High School. I was trying to find out who Mr. Robbie Ring was going to be fighting. Because I know he has a full fight card, you guys. I see Robbie on this card and I keep in this picture, but I don't know who this young man is. So I done gave y'all all the goods I could give y'all about this upcoming. And believe it or not, my fighters are so protective over their stance, and I understand they don't want to give away their training camp secrets before the fight, but a lot of times they be kind of reluctant to answer questions, prior to going into a fight. So sometimes I just take what I can get. Oh yeah, that brings me back to a daggone Adrian Broner. I seen him doing an interview with Fight Hub. I'm pretty sure that's who that was, Fight Hub. After the initial press conference with him and Manny Pacquiao. Now, I thought that my little situation with Felony, when we were sitting down to do my interview, I tripped him out, saying crazy horse, and he lost. So I never got that interview. But we about it and agreed that we would do an interview. It's been hell this week trying to get anything done. I don't know why, but usually when stuff starts to flow into me or for me, it comes fast, and you know what I'm saying. And sometimes we'll post stuff, and I know y'all know this, and then they will take it down. So I found that if I really, really like something, that I might want to go ahead and try to retain it as far as either to another part of my page or, save videos, that kind of stuff. Because if I don't, then I might not never see it again. Like I seen a post today and I don't know why. A lot of stuff that does not, I don't know I can't find what I need to on my damn Fightheads page when I share every single thing page. Oh Lord. They keep having to take this guy off the daggone floor. Can't do it. Now, some of the a lot of the strange stuff I see on my own feed. I'll be here if y'all crazy asses did not send it to me. So, John Jones did an interview with Ariel Hawani in studio. In studio, he did an interview with Ariel Hawani. It was absolutely great to me. Once again, he was living in his truth. John Jones. Hmm. And I will admit, oh look, somebody posted the little pay pay rates for the fighters from Darren Eddie shared a post to the MMA broadcast. Elias Brawley commented on this. Chuck Liddell got paid $250,000, no win bonus. Tito Ortiz made $200,000, no win bonus. Tom Lawler made $25,000, no win bonus. Darren Wynn made $5,000 plus the $5,000 win bonus. Wow, and that kid put on such a great showing too. Darren Wynn. Too much for me. Okay, Efren Escardo made 10,000 plus a 10,000 win bonus. Gleason Taboo made 10,000 plus a 10,000 win bonus. How the fuck did? How is that even possible? Did all of them made that much money more than Mr. Win? And he was the co-main event. Him and Tom Lawler. That does not make any kind of fucking sense to me. I mean, maybe it's their, I don't know, maybe they've been in the game longer than this kid. I don't know. But first of all, y'all paid Tom Lawler 25,000, which I'm not saying this man don't deserve it. But then y'all give his opponent 5,000, and then y'all give him a $5,000 win bonus. Tom Lawler still makes 15,000 more dollars than this kid does for losing. And then y'all give, I don't know. I don't know. Maybe I'm just missing something right now. I don't know. I might be missing something right now. I might not be fully thinking about this. I think I am, but yeah. And I said, if y'all had any complaints, I got fucking complaints. But I didn't sign no contract to fight. I heard that Francisco Estrada fight was very, very good, and he made $1,000 and $1,000 win bonus. Jose Herta made $1,250 and a $1,250 win bonus. Joe Roy made $1,250 and a $1,250 win bonus. Fernie Garcia made $1,500 and a $1,500 win bonus. Jay Silva got paid $5,000 and he made $5,000 win bonus. Oscar Cota made $5,000 and got $5,000 win bonus. James Barnes made $2,500 and a $2,500 win bonus, and Albert Morales made $2,500 and a $2,500 bonus. So I guess really my beef is with the pay of the co-main event fighters. That really that's really on my mind. Georgia. Georgia on my mind. So I guess, I still stand by what I say. I think they did this for hopefully with the forward progress of having another event, another MMA competition out here. So, Chuck made the most money. And maybe I'm starting to wonder if Chuck took a little pay reduction, so maybe one of the other, or a couple of the other guys could get paid for the card. I don't know. The longer the week stretches out, the more we'll come out and we'll have a full understanding. So, chicken something roll ups. No, lady, I ain't for no slicing no chicken breast in half. Then you want somebody to put the meat tenderize or two on. Puff. Oh, I don't do pesto. You have to find something that's. No, I do not like pesto. I'm with the cherry tomatoes and the cheese on top. Ooh, sweet. That looks delicious. Minus that pesto. I can find something else to put in there besides the pesto. I'll be good. I don't know. The pesto looked like it cooked down pretty good though. Oh, sorry, y'all. Draymond Green. Is that his little boy? Ooh. Yeah. As I said, yes, Wiz, YouTube, subscribe. Street Beefs. He's one of our Street Beefs fighter. YAZZWIZZ. You can go to his page and check him out, doing his thing. Yep, reflecting in these pictures though. I'm just comments to myself, maybe inappropriate. Maybe some young ears listening. I don't know. Yes, a lot of times the sister got to bite her daggone tongue when I be at these events. Bite my tongue. Tongue just be bleeding. I'm saying you be around with a bunch of fit athletes. I mean, I'm a woman. After having seen. Ooh, who posted that? My guy from John Carton from Carton Combat Sports needs a 175 with a good record, 10 fights or more. Mm-mm. To find out what's going on with my guy, Buddy Tesling here. He keeps on sending me stuff. I'm telling you, I'm only one person. I am just one person. I've been trying to get through this all by myself, y'all. But so with that being said about the Tito and our guy Chuck, I don't have no comment on Mr. De La Hoya. He's been a professional boxer his lifetime, and he brought a lot to the sport. The fact that can stand up there without having any issues. You know what I'm saying? Like I ain't Dana White, so I can't be firing off on the young man. And I don't really rightfully know firing off on him, but if he was doing those kind of things, then okay, sure, y'all learned it. At that age, y'all fucking learned it. You want to be 49 or however old he is and be a crackhead? Let him. Well, he ain't call him a crackhead, he called him a cookie. Sorry I had to repeat that, y'all. Um, yeah, he definitely does not like that young man or that man, and He made that known. He don't care who knows it. He sound like almost if you got a problem with it, you can get the pause. I'm just serious with it right now. If you don't like it, you could get the pause. So, okay, at this point, that's all my mind can wrap around with the local MMA. Probably when I come back later today, I already got all my information on this. This 231 card at UFC. And one thing I do want to say, the co-main event will be Joanna Jędrzejczyk versus Valentina Shevchenko. The main event will be Max Blessed Holloway versus Brian Ortega. Joanna's record is 15-2, 15-2-0, and Valentina's record is 15-3-0. There's one freaking fight that separates these two at MMA. Joanna has been beaten 3 times at Muay Thai by Valentina. 2 separate things. It is what it is. So you already know that they faced each other once before. I thought they fought once before. Maybe she was just, I don't know, maybe she was second round. I don't know. But anyways, this is gonna probably be at 125. Yep, at 125. Mm-hmm. And Max Bless Holloway versus Brian Ortega is gonna be at featherweight. Undefeated. Max Bless Holloway is the number 1 contender. Brian Ortega is the number 2. Max has a record of 19-3-0. This will be at 145, and Brian Ortega has a professional fight record of 14-0. So he's going into this undefeated. Everybody knows that Max is usually he usually doesn't do a whole bunch of talking. He's from Hawaii, so he's always repping, his home. Always repping his home. This is gonna be in this card is gonna be all the way in Canada, I believe, at Scotiabank Arena. Yep, like Nova Scotia Bank Arena. On the main card, we got a good girl fight, Claudia Gadelha versus Jessica Andrea, and y'all know her, Andreas. That's gonna be a good fight. Wait a minute. No, I'm sorry. Claudia versus Nina Ansonoff. I was reading who Claudia had lost to in her previous bout. Claudia Gadelha is 16-3-0. She's tried for that title, I know, at least twice. She is the number 4 strawweight, Claudia is. And Nina is the number 12 strawweight, and her record stands at 9-5-0. So of course Claudia's coming in, with the higher experience level. Her 3 losses go to Jessica Andrade and Joanna Jędrzejczyk twice. One by split decision, one by unanimous decision. So you know that was a tough fight. And Jessica Andrade is nothing to play with. So losing to her is I think that girl's going to be champion at that division pretty soon too. She's just a beast. Um, well, Jessica just, I believe, went up against Rose. Who was she fighting? She fought somebody, Jessica, and I forget who Jessica was fighting, but yeah, she solidified her place right there in that last fight she had. Um, most of Claudia's fights, she has 2 TKO wins, 6 submission wins, and I guess the rest are all decisions. Her opponent took a yeah, she had 5. 9 to 5. She had 5. So I think there's 3 fights that probably separate. There's 4 fights that separate them. She has losses to Justine Kish, Juliana Lima, a young lady named Casey. I think it says Roland. I wrote down. Barb Honshat, Carla Cookie Monster Esparza. That was a split decision. Barb was a majority. Casey was a submission. Juliana was a unanimous decision, and so was Justine. Those are Nina Anzoff's losses. She has 6 TKO wins. Out of her 15 fights, she has 16 KO wins. Out of her 14 professional fights, she has 6 KOs. Also on that main card will be Thiago Santos, the number 25 light heavyweight. His last bout was a canceled bout. He has various ways of winning bouts. His record is 19-6-0. And he also was on the second season of Ultimate Fighter Brazil. He went 2-2. He actually ended up not making the cut and then making it back as a wild card and then ended up losing in the finals anyway. But then he still made a UFC debut 2 months later after that tough, loss. He will be going up against Jimmy Manuwa. Now we all know that's a tough dude. They're going to be fighting at 205. Jimmy Manuwa is 17-4-0. He always puts on a good showing. He's coming off two canceled bouts and 2 back-to-back losses. Thiago, his last bout was canceled. He done lost to Jan. He done lost to Vulcan. Both of those unanimous decisions. Anthony Rumble Johnson, he got TKO'd by. Alexander Gustafsson, he got TKO'd by him too. Yeah, it's going to be a tough fight. It's going to be a tough fight. Jimmy Manuwa and Thiago Santos. Mm. the prelims. Um, all I can tell you is that like I got like 2.5 more pages of freaking stuff in just this UFC card. So I'm just going to not finish that card right now. I'm going to let you guys salivate on some of the stuff that I've already said. And oh, you guys, it's like 6 in the morning. I know but plenty of y'all got songs for that. It's some old, what you call that? Go-go music. Oh, it's 6:45. 6 in the morning, police at my door. So I'm going to finish. I'm going to stop at the beginning of the prelims, and we'll pick this up in our live later on today. No telling what kind of information I'll come across between now and then, but I'm going to go my butt to sleep. So while everybody else is getting up, y'all can listen to my craziness while y'all getting ready for work or on your way to work. And then later on, I'll get up and go back online and see what I can see. Figure out what I can figure out. And also, we'll be talking about John Jones' return against Gustafson. That'll be part 2 for them two, I believe. Will it be part 2? I'm pretty sure it'll be 2. Yeah, part 2 for Gustafson versus Jones. I'll give y'all my opinion on everything that's going on with that. And that card, I gotta get my information up for that card. So I'm gonna finish finish this card, giving y'all the information on the 231 card, and then we're gonna talk about the 232 card, and then probably maybe we'll have more update news on the Charlo brothers situation, and just go from there. Maybe we will have. Maybe we'll be able to speak about Chuck and Tito. Like I said, I just think Chuck made weight. He came in there and he did the best that he could. He probably felt like in his mind, yeah, he was going to do better, but who knows? Who knows what kind of overwhelming feelings he might have been feeling once that cage door locked. You just never know. You just don't know. So, you know, it is what it is. And before I sign off, Miss Nikki and Fightheads MMA would like to send a big shout out. They'll probably never see this, but I'd like to send a big shout out to Matchbout Boxing Fitness in Chesapeake, Virginia. They bought out my supply of mouth guards. Boom. Really, 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 really appreciate that. I can't even tell y'all. And that's $6 more added to our fund for the National Center for Missing and Exploited Children, which brings us to a total of $18 that I've raised last week. So I don't have no links in the description box, y'all. Y'all asking too much right now. Y'all got to give me a chance to get used to this. I'm also trying to not go. I'm trying to just solidify my place here on YouTube and just use my other social medias as my collection sources of information. So I really enjoy getting up here doing my Facebook lives and trying to give y'all my best get up of the MMA world and what's going on and who may be doing what and who may be talking about what. Yeah, it's gonna be. Yeah, I'm telling y'all, I probably could go live twice a day, if not more, just on the information that we pass amongst ourselves. But yes, big shout out to Matchbout Boxing and Fitness, and big shout out to 757 Boxing Club. Like I said, our guy Junior, William Chavez Jr. is going to national elites in Utah. And I got so many impending boxers coming out of 757 Boxing Club. It's not even funny. Not even funny. Yes. And so, yep. I don't have anything else right now. And even if, y'all know I do because I got it written down, but we're gonna do this a little bit later. We're gonna see if some other news come out. I'm hoping and praying that JERMALL CHARLO does not, suffer any great consequences, because I think a suspension of his brother is enough already. That's devastating right now. That's devastating. But obviously, I don't know. Maybe he did it to make a point. I don't know. I keep telling y'all, there's so many things that go on behind the scenes that they won't ever speak about on any of the news organizations. And I think even some of the bloggers, even if they do know, they know to what point they can go. So when they saying stuff. So, I mean, I respect that. I don't have a problem with that. But we just got to wait for that to unfold. I'm just so disappointed. I don't even know what else to think or how to feel. Like, on a missed one, like, it'd be a whole different conversation if he had taken in, then, maybe have a John Jones moment. That's what we'll call that. Maybe have a John Jones moment. But I don't even think it's that. Like I said, I really believe that those young men are, I would find it hard to believe, like, you got to have a picture of one of them or both of them snorting something, shooting something, eating these crazy looking pills or something. I don't know. But I just feel like those two young men from day one, they very, very, very much took their boxing careers very serious. And I think they're just too fucking vain to put anything in their body that's going to cause them to be put in a light like that. Now, people can say what they want just on the visual look of them. But unless you've seen them taking it, sometimes sometimes our athletes admit to taking stuff and sometimes they don't. It just depends on where they at in their life and whether they looking for help at that time or not. And that's one of the great things that I think John Jones said in his interview with Ariel Hawani was that yes, he did go to rehab. Yes, he worried a little bit about what people thought about him, but not as much as people would like to think. Like we didn't hold that power, you guys, which is great. Which is great, especially for his healing process and figuring some things out for himself. But he admitted to still smoking a little pot and having him an occasional little libation, which I think more fighters than you could probably count on fighters' hands, you know, do that. And a lot of them have told me that the medicinal components of the weed really, really help them with different little issues that they suffer from being fighters. So, I don't mind that. I feel like, I kind, to a certain degree, I just kind of felt, damn, all the way up until he got to that point where he was like, I still, drink a little bit and I still, smoke a little pot every now and again. I guess at the end of the day, he's living in his truth, but also is it a print? I mean, like he, I'm, how do I say this without being offensive? Not that I care, fuck your feelings, but almost feel like, God dang, like yeah, he did some things, but not maybe the things that it would take to keep him from maybe stumbling back down that path. Like I don't expect nobody to be perfect at all. At all. I don't expect nobody to be perfect. I don't really think that his conversation or the words that he used this time with any public interview, and I've only watched the one with Ariel. I mean, I just watched the one with Ariel. I haven't even had time to go and look and see who else he did interviews with, even though he talked about it on the show with Ariel. I was just interested in what he was saying there. I don't know. I don't know. I just hope and pray that, I think he wants to, he did say he wants to be able to go for whatever determined amount of time he determined is viable to him without no hubbub, no drama, no none of this, no none of that. He knows that his story is what it is already, but he wants to turn it around. That's what he says. He wants to go for a certain amount of time. So the first thing people won't be able to say is, "Oh, John did this or John did that," and I get that and I respect that. So, you know, I think I don't know. I don't know whether he feels like, we love him so much that we'll just forgive every and everything that he does. And does he have one more chance to mess up with us? Does he have one more chance to mess up with the UFC? Does he have one more chance to mess up with you? So, I mean, you just never know. I don't think that he was an athlete that was necessarily juicing or whatever y'all like to call it. I think at times y'all all take stuff because y'all think it's going to help with your workouts and conditioning and things of that nature. But I don't think you guys, like I said, most times y'all can't afford it. And I think if John had been taking something, he has enough money where, you know, he would have took something that would at least been masked, when he did go for his urine screen or urinalysis with USADA or whoever. So, and I don't think I ever gave it no thought as to when he said about the dick pill. I don't think I really gave it that much thought as to whether he was using it with his wife or with other women or whatever or both. I don't know, but I was just saying. Um, I don't think I ever gave that much thought. I mean, I don't think I ever really believed what he said, and I think I'm not the only person. Also, that we just did. There's a few of us in the crowd that just didn't believe nothing about no dick pill. But I guess if that's what they could prove, then that's what they could prove. So, I mean, it is what it is. Hey, shit happens. But it also brings me to a point where I have to ask where, you know, with all these different supplement companies out here, is there not a way where, and I'll have to ask my fighters and stuff and my boxers, is there not a way where the supplier is responsible for cross contamination? You know what I'm saying? Like, my nurses can't do certain things certain ways because of cross contamination. So like they can't come in the room to put to take an old catheter out of someone, whether it's male or female, and put a new one in without having a clean setup, without scrubbing her hands up and um, donning her gloves and cleaning the area that she's going to be working with on her patient. So I don't know. It's just certain things work certain ways, I guess. So I don't know. We're gonna have to find out. Just like with everything else, just like with this last time. And you know, at the end of the day, I was upset with him just like I am with the CHARLO situation, like young black men. Young black man. I know y'all got a target on y'all. I know that y'all deal with a lot in your day to day. I need y'all to please, guys. Y'all have the tools. Y'all have the financial means. Y'all have a lot that you didn't have when you started out. I need y'all to remember that. And I also need y'all to utilize your friends, your family, possible sponsors, and things of that nature. I need y'all to just make better decisions. And you know what, young man, Mr. Charlo, I would have rather to have seen you get on the TV. The one thing I don't condone is like, you know, poking the bear at certain situations like the promoters and the sanctioning bodies over y'all's events. I don't like to poke those two bears too much. Sometimes you got to, but not much and not all the time. But I just expect for you guys to figure out how to, y'all already know how stuff operates. So sometimes when we know something and we pretty much know what the result is going to be, sometimes you got to step back and look at it and say, either I have control of this situation or I don't. And if you had control over that, I would have much rather seen you talking ish about the testing agency or whatever, as opposed to just not doing something that you know is going to get you in trouble, which is not allow them to have access to you, which is what they need. So, what statement is this young man making? Why? 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 Why are they doing this? They just had a nice big old press conference telling us about all the future plans that they have. I just really still believe that it just might have been a miscommunication. I'm hard pressed to believe anything else. And maybe because that's what I choose, but I don't know. I don't know. It's something real off center about this situation. These two boys was just, I mean, they fight so hard, just like everybody else. But I'm saying, you know, over the last year, I've just been watching them, and I know, excuse me, a lot of my fighters feel like they don't get the respect that they have earned. I know, but I need y'all to find a different way. I need y'all to find a different way. Y'all cannot keep fucking sacrificing yourself. You, and at the end of the day, they hold power. The commission holds the power. I keep trying to make y'all understand. They can make shit happen that y'all don't even dream about. Y'all don't even dream about. So I don't know what was going on, young man. I'm hoping and praying that this is a miscommunication between you and you know the people that was supposed to come out and see you. And whether it's the athletic commission, USADA, whoever was supposed to come out, I hope it was just a miscommunication. I hope it's something that you could prove was a miscommunication and that maybe, you know, your attorney or whoever you work with, however that goes, your advocate can fight to have that turned over. I mean, I'm just hoping that this is it. It was just that you missed it. I still believe that those young men are just way too vain to put anything in their body that they know can cause them embarrassment amongst their peers. Getting smart, getting caught with a little bit of weed in your system is nothing. It's not going to hurt them at all. It doesn't even flick a hair on their head. But to be thought of and accused, oh man, I could imagine. And like I said, that Adrian Broner interview, that kind of leads to that too. But I understand why sometimes they do the things they do. But I need y'all to stop fucking shooting yourselves in the foot, athletes. That's what I need. Stop fucking pointing the gun and shooting yourself in the motherfucking foot. It's the same shit I would tell my sons. I keep telling y'all about that 2015 State Games of America situation. I may have written it in a post, but I don't think I've ever said it out loud verbally. But he was fucking overweight. When I got there and I seen him, I said, "What the hell?" That was a damn Chuck moment. What you doing right now? And you better believe I got in his butt. No, I thought you was getting it together. You know this is a big competition. We've been talking about this for months. We've been planning for this for months. Well, how you what? He was heavier than he was the last time I seen him when he was starting to work or get ready for the competition. I don't know what he did. He must have just lost his desire to work out, condition, whatever. I don't know. But he was, and he, even though he placed 3 golds, 2 silvers, and a bronze in that State Games of America, over what that competition was about 4 days long. He suffered for being overweight. He suffered. He absolutely fucking said he was sore. His conditioning was poor. I don't even think even when he started wrestling back in middle school that his condition was that poor. I mean, like he suffered a little bit, but he, you know, every night we just go get us something to eat, go back to the room, had our little concoction and remedies, our lotions and our soaps and stuff, got the hot bath, Epsom salt, all that every single night. Mama had to rub him down. And even sometimes when I was rubbing him, I was like, boy, you just too big. Right. But that was a valuable lesson for him. He knew what he was going to go through. He knew. And no matter what I said to him, because we talked about it, I thought he was working. I thought he was down. I thought he was down. So with that being said, he knew and he made that choice not to get himself physically prepared for that. So the only thing I could do at that point was stand by his side and support him. I mean, I chewed his ass out some, but yeah. And anytime he tried to complain about it, I reminded him, "It's on you, buddy. It's on you." So he had to dig deep. He had to dig deep. So I get it. And no, I mean, a wrestling tournament is nothing like a MMA fight or a freaking bare knuckle fight or a boxing match, any of that. But it's still athleticism. And you still have to hold yourself to a certain accountability. Period. You got to still try to stick as close to your discipline as possible. So, I know you guys put in a lot. I know a lot of times y'all make it look glamorous and it's not really as glamorous as y'all make it look. But also at the same time, stop fucking shooting yourselves in the foot. I wish I could just call Jamal right now and be like, what happened, hon? What is going on? Both of them. Like, what's going on? What is good? Miss Nikki would have came and got you and took you to your dad. Miss Nikki would have took you. So you saw that and the athletic commission could get to you. We'd have found out. We'd have found out. They'd have had to meet us in the parking lot of the Wendy's down in the corner of 50th. Then we'd have met them. But I don't know. I guess I just gotta wait and see. But I don't think that my general opinion of this situation is going to change. Whatever it is, it's either a miscommunication between them two, the Charlo brothers, and, you know, the commission, the testing commission, or those two planned that and are making a statement. They're going to say something huge when given, putting and not, and even if they do it on a social media, I think they're going to do it in such a way where it's going, it's going to be enough said once they finish saying whatever they say. So I don't know. I just don't see him. It's got to be a miscommunication. It has got to be. And I know they take this shit so seriously. So, I'm anxious to find out what is going on. And if he's suspended, which he is, because that's what BoxRec says he is by the athletics, commission, with a big yellow banner across the top of his profile. I really just went to BoxRec to get their boxing records and get their little win, get their information. And that's what meant me that yellow banner across the top of his profile, suspended. Then I went on through, got some information that I needed for him and a couple other boxes. I think I did Deontay Wilder and Tyson Fury and all of that. I was just collecting my information. And then when I jumped back to his name, because I needed to go back. I bounced out of it and I went back into it to make sure that I was getting the correct information. Just making sure. And that bitch, the first time it just had suspended up there. The second time, when I went back to it to look at it, it said, suspended by I think it said California Athletic Commission indefinitely. Oh my God, this is not good. This cost you money. Why now? Why now? Boy, I promise you. I promise you, Miss Nikki is not a fighter, but I'm gonna smack the brakes off of you if you don't have good fucking cause and reason. Sick baby, sick parents, somebody sick, important, somebody very important. Mm-mm. Mm-mm. And I ain't talking about because your baby mama had cramps and you had to go get tampons. You wasn't there at the house. You was at the store. No, I need. Mm-mm. 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 This is. You would probably have, and I know it's probably a lot of people that don't really have any sympathy for them because they feel like they're mean and they feel like they shit on people or whatever. I don't know, but look how many times they may have been shit on, been accused of taking something that they probably do not take. And I'm just speaking from my perspective of how I'm looking. I'm on the outside looking in at this, So just like Adrian Barner, that kid. Oh my God. Him and them pants hanging off his butt. That just irritated me. I don't know what irritated me more is his little statement his little joke he was trying to make towards Manny Pacquiao with the taxes and the Hennessy and the money and all of that, and saying he's a black boxer, or him in them pants. I don't know which one irritates me more. And I think I'm irritated by the statement because I knew he was trying to insult him when he actually ended up insulting himself. How do you insult? It just makes me wonder. And I promise you, if nothing else, that's going to be a great fight between him and Manny Pacquiao. We got to let these guys that has put in so much and built the sport up the whole time they were in it. We got to let them have their last two Raws. And y'all can't say, well, Chuck could have died in that fight. Y'all can, any one of y'all can die in any one of y'all bouts, MMA or boxing, combat sports, period. Take a kick to the head, take a punch to the head with or without gloves. It's all the freaking same. It's trauma to your body. It's trauma to your head, trauma to your liver, your kidneys, y'all's eyes. Sometimes y'all get mouses under y'all eyes or above y'all eyes or in the middle of the bridge of your nose. You know, I imagine that a lot of y'all just expect to at least break several bones throughout your fight career. You know, whether it be your hands or a foot or an ankle or a leg or, you know, I never wish back injuries on anybody. But, you know, those are always a possibility too. So, you know, every fight, y'all put yourself on the line to possibly come out permanently damaged or severely damaged or partially damaged. You know, y'all do that. So y'all can't have it both. Y'all can't say, oh, nobody should have let Chuck fight. It wasn't about nobody letting him do. Do you know that woman he sleeps with probably gave him hell, cried tears, trying to keep him from taking that fight? I'm pretty sure he had to come into Jesus a couple different times with his camp. I'm pretty sure maybe he should have stayed with his regular training camp going into this last fight. Who knows? Chuck may have done it, like I said, to just give Tito his chance at getting his redemption, and he got it. He slept like a baby. And he also said, the guy he was interviewing with asked him if he felt bad for Chuck. I swear on everything. Tito Ortiz is a changed man because I know there's probably a time in his life where he would have been like, fuck no, fuck him. You know what I'm saying? But Chuck talked like a straight adult. He was like, as bad as he wanted to say no, he said he don't feel bad because Chuck called him and kept calling him and kept calling him. Chuck called him. Chuck pressed this issue. Chuck wanted this fight. So I let Tito have a little let his balls fire or something. No. That's all I know. Let the nigga let him live. Oh, I'm sorry, Tito. I didn't mean to call you nigga. But yeah, let him live. Let let freaking let Chuck live, let Tito live, let them guys live. Y'all be talking about this forever. Good, bad, or indifferent. Y'all be talking about this forever. Some younger ones on that card, you know, some of the underlings on the card, they got a chance to get up there and showcase their skills, win, lose, or draw. You know, y'all put another potential big, you know, situation out for everybody. So shit, let them rest. Let them enjoy it. And fuck. I mean, goddamn. Chuck knew what he was in for. Chuck knew what he was in for. So, you know, I don't know if Tito went overboard with the celebrating or whatever, but that's what y'all do. Y'all tends to celebrate. Most people, some people have a special one they do all the time, like Tito, and then some people just like to jump up on the cage, you know. No, some people like to run out of the cage. You know, everybody's different. And I don't know. I mean, I think everybody just wants to feel all this sadness for Chuck when shit. Chuck was the one to push this shit. And if he didn't, he's allowing Tito to tell a bold-faced lie to the world. Either way it go, at the end of the day, it wasn't our choice to make. It was his. I'm pretty sure his family and his friends, those closest to him, said, "Chuck, look, man, we love you. We got love for you. We respect you. We got mad respect for you. We don't think you're good for this right now." And Chuck was like, "Who the fuck am I?" Chuck always remind me of the guy that always be trying to drink his beer, but be so busy running his mouth, get ready to get into a fight. He never get the first sip of his beer. So I could imagine, he's had coming to Jesus, plus he for however long, for weeks he got to listen to. I know sometimes we shut out stuff, but I'm pretty sure for the most part he got to hear who everybody who he found important in the combat sports world, whether it was boxing, MMA, or whatever. He took everything in that they said to him. And at the end of the day, his spirit told him, this is what we want to do. So we're going to find out what's the deal, y'all. I've enjoyed myself again. I've probably been on here. I don't even know how long I've been up here. I really don't even know, you guys. I don't even know. Hi, Mr. Alvarez. Like, y'all, I didn't even see any. I didn't see these comments until just now. Like, but the further in I get into it, and the more comfortable, and the more I know about. Optimistically cynical said, "I wish I would be a turtle, then I'd be truly free." So we're gonna see what falls out of the mouth of babes today in the combat sports world. Yup. Oh, jam. Mm. I feel bad for Mr. Dwight Howard too. Poor guy going through it. Poor guy going through it. Stop setting yourself up for failure. Stop shooting yourselves in the foot. That's all I know. So I hope everyone gets to work safely today. It is the 29th. No, it's November 28th. I don't know why I keep saying that. I said that earlier. It's the 28th of November. 7 in the morning. 7:19 here in Virginia. And Miss Nikki's about to go. It's very windy. It's supposed to be chilly this morning too. My nieces and nephews, they're probably, I think they bus come at like 7:45 or something. So they probably get ready to go to school. My daughter's get ready to go to work unless the school bus already came. I don't know. My kids are all wrong. The only time I hear about buses is when I have to be over there to pick them up after school. So it's about to be Christmas. Y'all see my little peppermint earrings? Yeah. I'm still standing. Yeah. So yeah, I enjoy so much doing this Fightheads MMA. I am loving this. And I gotta go through my business cards because I got so many connections, y'all. I have not even utilized them. So 2019, I'm coming for y'all. I am I'm there for you. I want my interviews. I want my little photos. My photos. I want to get a little chuckle on a tee with everybody. Get my little hugs. And watch y'all go into battle and come back out and just, do y'all thing. 2019 is going to be off the chain. Everybody's going to have something that they're working on. Everybody's going to want to look good in their first showing coming out, coming into 2019. So this is going to be awesome sauce. This is going to be awesome. Like I said, when we come back later, we're going to finish talking about our Bellator 230. Bellator. Oh! They got a card Friday too. So we're gonna finish talking about 231 UFC, then we're gonna talk about 232 UFC, and then we're gonna talk about Bellator. Anything else that comes into my page between now and later on today. I was I did it in the middle of the night because that's when I actually got finished looking. I just got so tired of taking in information that I felt like I needed to dump out information. So we're going to see who does what today, what kind of decisions people are going to make, good, better, and different. We got to show love and support of each other. And sometimes we just got to let people make the decisions that they're going to make. None of us are perfect. None of us are going to be perfect. And I don't think I definitely don't try to shame anybody. I just try to figure stuff out for myself because I'm such a combat sports fan. And I know that y'all see mistakes that those that came before you made. And I know when we know better, we do better. So unless you reinventing the wheel, don't do it. It ain't even worth the aggravation sometimes. So we're going to find out how big of a deal this really is. We're going to find out how big of a deal this really is because the later in the week it gets, the more it's going to come out. So, love, piece of hair grease. Everybody have a good Wednesday, hump day Wednesday. And be safe in your travels. Love, peace, and hair grease, Miss Nikki. Fightheads MMA. Check the movement. Join the movement. Be the movement. Miss Nikki's out of here. Deuces.